Hey friends, welcome back to another little video of mine. And I'm excited to share with you 6 things that the miracle of Peter walking on water taught me. Okay, so number one, he was able to stretch his human understanding to his spiritual understanding. And he actually performed a miracle. He co-created a miracle with God. Instead of just relying on the fact that people don't walk on water or there's a storm going on right now. I probably shouldn't get out of the boat. None of those things went through Peter's mind. He saw Peter or he saw Jesus. Jesus reminded him, "I'm not a ghost. I'm Jesus." And Peter immediately went to, "I know him. I trust him. And if he calls to me, I can be like him." Number two, sometimes we can even forget to celebrate. And in this case, Peter actually walked on water. He actually walked on water. That's something to celebrate, right? And maybe it was only a step or two, but regardless, it happened and he did it. How many times in our mothering do we do something and we downplay it and we say, "Oh, but it wasn't this great," or "it wasn't on time," or "so and so did it better." Instead, let's just celebrate. We did it. We showed up. We tried the best we could, and that's what matters. Number three, shortly after his miracle, Peter did get distracted or he started to doubt, but he found himself sinking into the water and he reminded himself Jesus is the answer, and he called out to Jesus. Jesus didn't say, well, sorry, that's your consequence. He immediately reached out his hand and helped Peter. And at times, too, when we find ourselves in this doubt shortly after something good happens, we can sometimes get embarrassed. "Oh, Lord, but I doubted right now. I wasn't true and faithful to you. I forgot for a moment to keep my eyes on you." This is a reminder not to be embarrassed. Peter could very well have been embarrassed because all the other apostles were watching, Jesus was watching, and he definitely was sinking. It was very clear that he was doubting, but he didn't. He didn't get embarrassed. He said, "Lord, save me." And Jesus saved him immediately. Number four, in this story, it's actually the doubt that qualifies him for the help, not faith. When he was walking on water, he was doing great and he didn't need any help, right? Of course, Christ's power was what was helping him walk, but it was as soon as he started to fall and he recognized his need for Jesus, that Jesus reached out his hand and helped him. It wasn't saying, "I need to help you all along the way, hold my hand the whole way. You have faith, so let me be with you." No, he tested Peter, and Peter had to do it all on his own. And as soon as Peter recognized that he couldn't do it all on his own, then he had to trust in calling for Jesus. And that doubt right there was what helped him have the help from Jesus. Number five, the storm actually stayed raging throughout this whole experience, and Jesus didn't calm it until after Peter was back in the boat. There are times when we feel like we need Christ's help, not just to like solve the problem, but make the whole storm of the problem go away too. And in this experience, Peter was able to walk on water in a torrential storm. He had his heart changed and he grew all while the storm was raging. And so it's a good lesson for us to remember. And then the last point, Christ's question of Peter's faith had much more to do with a loving reminder and a recentering of his focus rather than on chastisement and finger pointing. I'll read it because it can sound like it if we read it with the wrong voice. And he said, and immediately Jesus stretched forth his hand and caught him and said unto him, O thou of little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt? And we could think, O ye of little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt? But Jesus isn't like that. It was more like a loving parent, and you're a parent, so you know. It's more like him saying, oh, sweet child of mine, you forgot again, didn't you? I'm right here. Don't doubt. I'm right here. We'll work through it together. And we're going to get through this. Just remember me and keep your eyes on me. Let's do this. So I hope this little, let's say this again. I learned so much from Peter's miracle. And Peter was one of those apostles that you just want to be like, because he was incredible and was so faithful to the Lord. And he taught us so much, especially in this story. And I hope it benefited you. And I hope you have a great rest of your day.